Alright, let's get this team underway. So I don't believe everything is fixed in the randomizer. So I'm pretty sure I could still walk through the North Guard. But I just won't do that. Oops, he can't learn spells. Don't be in my way, you jerk. I'm gonna test to see if this works. I'm pretty sure this bug is not fixed. Yep, it's not fixed. Tisk tisk randomizer, get on top of it. It's possible they don't know about that bug. But since they didn't fix it, that's too bad. That's not a big deal, it only costs me about 5 seconds of time. Hey Cactus Owl, welcome on in. But yeah, if I walk around it... Alright! I did have on the reduced flashing of spells. That is a thing. That's technically more of a convenience than a bug. But it's just nice for the team. I mean, the ghoul one-shots people all the time. Saya has a low HP roll. So we're going to try to have our thief take a nap as early as possible. Just for the early game XP grind. Then once the early XP grind is done, we will be using the thief for the rest of the run. It's only for the very early grind are we going to have the thief get killed off. Otherwise, the thief is going to stay alive for every other XP grind, every dungeon. The thief just doesn't need XP for the first couple fights. So yeah, last time I tried doing this, I put in a few attempts and I just didn't finish the game because I kept dying to dumb things. But I think I'm better prepared now. And also, hey Elliot, welcome on in. Vivi is a common black mage name. I mean, I've even got a Vivi tattoo on my arm. Yeah, I've got Vivi right here hanging out underneath Mog and next to Fighter. Good job, guys. You failed to hit the pirate. There was 2 of you on that pirate, and you both missed. And I still got a sub 6. There is not a list of bugs here that have been fixed, but I can go over them. The ability to flee has been fixed, supposedly. In my opinion, it makes running away harder, but that's how it was supposed to work in the game. So that has been fixed. Black belts level up bugs have been fixed, so you no longer have to check your weapons or armor every time you gain a level. Spells like Saber and Temper work now. Enemy buffs, elemental resistances like A-Fire work. Weapon critical hit rates have been lowered wildly. It's pretty much everything that the randomizer has fixed, yes. And I also turned on the reduced flashing effects, just for convenience, because it doesn't really affect our gameplay in any way and just is a little nicer. Yes, Giant's Gloves is a big deal now. So we would like our thief to take a nap sometime soon. Nope, not that guy. We need that guy alive. The encounter table is exactly the same. That's not a bug. So that is unchanged. The Japanese version had all of the same bugs, and they also had the stair glitch, which is still present in the NA version, but it doesn't work because they don't have the same characters. Well, this was a nice, lucky start. If I was going for the best time ever, I definitely would have just reset this. Alright, let's revive Robo. Hey Batty Mass and Nerdy, welcome on in. That's nice to see. In this category, I'm just trying to beat the game. Nothing special, just trying to beat the game as quickly as I can, with the game functioning as it should. So, the run bug is gonna be different in this. Supposedly works as it should, which is terrible by the way. The run bug working is the worst thing of the whole run. Because every time we gain a level it becomes harder and harder to flee. Which is just great. Weapon critical hit rates are now nothing. You will quickly notice as we level up that our characters don't crit more. They just sit there at non-existent critical hit rate for a very long time. Because that was the intent of the weapons. Weapons that have elemental effects will function now, or killer effects. That's my fault. If I didn't get in his way, I would have been able to walk right around him. I threw the game into the randomizer and just fixed all the bugs. Real quick and easy. That felt off. Why did that feel off? I feel like I'm too far up north. So I will be getting a little bit more XP. Actually, let's just do this. You on you. Ice. Ice. So the other bugs that have been fixed are things like enemy spells like A Firework, spells like Lock 2 now work. Heal 2 has its healing reduced in combat. Saber Temper now work. Goody, that was a terrible walk. Alright, I would like to not fight so many double ogres. I don't really have the spells for handling that many ogres. But pretty much if there was a bug in the game, it's been fixed. Now, I don't know if the door glitch has been fixed, but that's just a visual thing and it's just fun to do. The biggest impacts of the run are running, weapon crits, Saber temper, yes. Most other things are going to be barely noticeable. Seriously, these enemies. Stop giving me double ogres. I have fought so many ogres. It's definitely going to be a longer run, yes. With the bugs being fixed, I have to do things in a different way. Like, I need a thief so I can actually flee from combat. Otherwise, we're going to be failing to run away a lot in the endgame, and it will get me killed. I know because that's what it did to me in the past. Alright, Rock, you're not allowed to miss. Oh boy. Intelligence hasn't been fixed because intelligence wasn't broken. It was never programmed to do anything, so that is exactly what it does. You can't fix what wasn't broke. Just because they changed the way intelligence functions in later versions doesn't mean that's what they wanted for this one. It just wasn't programmed for that. They just gave it a use in later versions. It wasn't intended to be intelligence increasing your magic power. Because the game was based on D&D, and in D&D, your intelligence does not increase your magic damage. It generally increases the amount of spells you can cast, and skills you can learn, and things like that. Alright, Rock is level 5. Alright, it's time to revive the thief now. And depending on how much money I have, will depend on how many more fights I need to take before heading to the Marsh Cave. Alright, this is one of those rare times that I want to see 5 Kaizakus. Alright, 5 Kaizakus. Alright, Saya, you have one job. Hit this Kaizaku. That's 2 misses in a row. 3 misses in a row. Hey, Drift Shot, welcome on in. There we go. 4th time's the charm. That's how the saying goes, right? What is bug fixed? I'm playing the game with all of the bugs in it fixed. So things like running away are going to be more difficult now. Our weapon critical hit rates are going to be way lower. Saber and temper work. Do I have the money? I do. And those are the more important things. There are other minor fixes, but those are the main ones. Just note that running away will be more difficult. And that our weapon critical hit rates are going to be next to nothing. All of these things were fixed in every version of the game from GBA onwards. And most of them were also fixed in the PS1 version as well. Except for the weapon critical hit rate thing, I believe they actually left that in the game in most of the versions. Because they realize that your characters never critically hit without them. Alright, if we keep fighting the best enemies, I'll just keep taking them. If I was secretly a developer, that would change a lot. I like things to be balanced in my games that I craft, so, yeah. Lots of things would be different. If it was up to me, black belts would be better in the early game, worse in the late game. White mages would be a lot stronger. There would be changes made, for sure. Ouch. Muck, don't hit Saya. I need Saya to run away. But yeah, early on, our chance to flee is actually pretty decent right now. 4 wizards. No, not my thief. It's okay. We'll deal with it. Good lit too. Okay, everybody survives except for the poor thief. Alright, now let's escape. Preferably in a decent amount of time. A safe haven, welcome on in. And thanks for the luck. We'll see what happens. Good, no ambush. So yeah, we can currently run away alright without the thief. Not great, but it's okay right now. As we level up though, it's going to be harder and harder for each character class to run away besides the thief. Because anytime you don't gain luck, that makes it that much harder for your character to run away. Do we get out of here? Robo? Oh, Hat, it's all up to you. Okay, good. Robo gets a chance to flee. Well, possibly gets a chance now. Robo has more luck than Hat. Beep beep bat. That's with the red mage having a good chance to flee. Wait until that chance to flee lowers. A locker down, welcome on in. If we get a 4th solo ogre here, that would be nice. It's okay, I'm going to take it anyways. There's no reason for me to run, I have spells. And we hit level 6 on Rock and Hat. Not on Robo though. Because Robo died earlier on. Yes, Vorpal and Katana have the highest crit rate now, but I'm still not going out of my way for that garbage. I will not be using Katana or the Vorpal sword. The Vorpal sword is just too weak. Don't care to use it. And it would be different if it actually had a high critical hit ratio, but 15% is not good enough for me to care about it. Going from 2.5 up to 15, it's still not reliable enough. So we're just going to have to assume that we just aren't going to crit. Oh yes, it is much worse than the Masamune was before. We won't be picking up the Masamune. I'll just be using Excalibur. Excalibur will do. I probably shouldn't be fighting this, but it's okay. We'll take it. We definitely aren't taking this. Just run. Good fire too. I shouldn't need the black mage at all, because everything will die. Level 7 on Hat. Now Hat has 2 fire 2s. But yes, our weapon critical hit ratios are very low now. So we just can't rely on weapon critical hits, that's all. I don't really play the PSP version very much, so it's hard for me to say, but I believe they actually use the base game crit rates in the PSP version. I know in the PS1 version, they used the fixed critical hit rates. And it is very noticeable that your characters never crit. I don't know if they kept that in the other versions, or if they changed it back to the original or not. That's hard to say. Because I don't really play other versions of the game very much. Beep beep. Like, I've played them before, sure. But I don't play them regularly to really be able to say. You know, I've played them a few times. But not enough to really have a good feel for it. And a lot of documentation of this game is incorrect because of the 80 different versions that the game has out there. So lots of things are incorrect about the game and all the different versions. Hey Tiny Bobcat, welcome on in. Thanks for the luck. So far this run is going alright. We're doing things a bit differently today, and we're playing without the base game's bugs, which makes our characters worse in every way possible. Not every way, but they are considerably worse. We have a harder time to run away. We'll be dealing less damage because of lower critical hit rates. The only advantage we have is we will have buffs that actually work. I think that's good. Yeah, that's good. Beep beep lady? Temper will actually work, and it will be seen much, much later in the run, yes. Nine. For safety, I'll pick up one extra tent. Alright, there we go. That should be enough. But yeah, temper is going to be useless to us until late game. So I will not be purchasing temper until, like, the end of the game. Because early game it's just better to use spells on everything. And our melee attackers are mostly just going to be useless meat shields. I usually do something different one day a week. I try doing different kinds of challenge runs, usually like once a week. And today I just figured it was about time I got back to the bug fix run, because last time I tried it, I actually didn't complete this run. Because my team setup wasn't appropriate for finishing the game. I didn't take along a thief with me before, and when it came to the final dungeon, I just couldn't manage to get through it because I didn't have a character on my party who could actually flee. So I just kept dying in the final dungeon because I couldn't run away from encounters. Because with the bugs being fixed in the game, it makes it so every time your characters gain levels, if they don't gain luck, they become worse at fleeing. And it just becomes worse and worse with every level. And in a typical speedrun route, we run through the final dungeon with a solo character. And if your one character cannot flee, you die. Usually failing to flee once or twice will get you killed. So I have to bring along a fix to that plan, in the form of the thief. So I brought along the thief with us solely to flee from encounters. And I'm going to have to level up this thief so that he's high enough level that he can take some hits for the team, because I need him to survive the final dungeon. So I'm going to have to level up longer than intended, because that's just what we were going to have to do to make it through the game. So it's definitely going to take longer than a standard speedrun. Even though all of the bugs are fixed, and you would think that would make things easier. But sadly, it doesn't make things easier for us. There are lots of other minor bugs that are fixed, most of them not having much of not much of an impact on the run. An example is we just picked up a weapon, the Dragon Sword. The Dragon Sword now gets its special bonuses while fighting enemies that are categorized as dragons. Too bad we're not going to be using this useless weapon against any dragons. Just ice. And when the weapon does get bonuses against the specific enemies, all it does is it gets a +4 bonus to damage and a +20 bonus to hit rate. That's all. While having a much lower critical hit ratio, because the crit ratios have been fixed. We've got ourselves a level 4 thief. Let's see if they can survive the Earth Cave. I shouldn't do that yet. I only have a copper bracelet. Never mind. If I had an extra silver bracelet, then I could have the thief in slot 2. Big surprise, everybody fails to flee except for the thief. Even with running being fixed, it's still not good enough for it to feel good without a thief. So the thief definitely has an important role in the party, that's for sure. We rely on Saya to get us out of all of these fights. Good bat. And beep beep bat. Continue to beep. Alright, time to throw the coral sword onto rock. Beep beep. I should have stayed right there. Oh well. Not a problem. And I probably should have healed while I was in the menu. Beep beep bat. Bat. Beep beep. Bat's just a getting in the way. I should have used ice with hat. It's fine, it worked out. Just like a normal run, I will still take all of the solo enemy encounters. Beep beep. That's scary. Let's go, Saya. Alright, Robo can run us away too. I'll take it. Beep beep bat. Where's the third one? You know, stun lock counters are slightly less threatening, with a character in slot 4 being able to run away. Bat, beep beep. Alright, let's hope that the vampire doesn't get a turn, or he only hits the fighter. Nope, nope, nope. That's not fire 2. Good, no turn for the vampire. Perfect. Four again. Not getting very lucky with these wizards. Ouch. Beep beep bat. Alright, so I'm going to make a detour to revive the red mage. It's going to cost me a couple minutes, but it's fine. Beep beep. Beep beep. I just have to do what I can do. So for the escape of this cave, I want the thief to be more protected and have the silver bracelet on. Beep beep bat. Because just running out of here, the thief is more important than the black mage. I can probably beat Lich. I know I can beat Lich without reviving the red mage, but that sounds too risky. I mean, you see how much the fighter doesn't crit. He has the coral sword, which bat, get out of my way. I tried to take one step and walk around him 3 times, and he just kept going, nope, nope, nope. It's definitely going to cost me time to go revive. But oh well. On the bright side, I get to save a house. It's a little annoying that I have to go all the way over here. That's right, most niftiest, just Melmon things. No clinic, no item shop. The town has some issues. And also welcome on in. Oh yes, we will be tempering up much, much later into the game. For now, we aren't going to be using temper at all. We don't know temper yet, and I'm not going to bother learning temper until after we class change. I'll just go teach 3 people temper all at once. So all of this time loss is because of the dead red mage. But that's what happens when you just fight 4 wizards every single time you see them, and you don't have 2 fighters to tank them. People are gonna die. Because the mages can't take hits from the wizards. Even with chainmail, it's just not... You can take 1 hit, sure. But you're not surviving 2 hits. And my lit 2 while in Earth Cave was really weak. There's nothing broken about the enemy's critical hit ratio. Enemies crit at the rate that they're supposed to crit at. They don't have some magical weapon table to look up. Hey, Flack in Time, welcome on in. Well, I decided that I needed to do some sort of challenge run, right? So, we went with the bug fixes today. I just made the decision yesterday. I was like, you know what? Got time for a different kind of run, let's give it a shot. And if we actually beat the game in a decent amount of time, I can do any percent runs after it. This is not an official speedrun category, no. It would be hard to make an official category for something that you have to do with outside means, like modding the game. As with most of the runs I do in this game, I just do lots of things for fun, for different kinds of ways to play the game. I have done all of the official speedrun categories for this game. For some games, category extensions can be common. Usually category extensions are things for games that are very popular to speedrun. This is not a popular speedrun game. Most of the official categories that are the non-main categories only have like 3 people doing runs on them. And if main categories only have like 3 people doing them, we're not going to be doing anything extra than that. There are a whole 4 people on the any% run. There are a whole 3 people on the all monsters category. There's less than a dozen on bats. Hey Jerica, welcome on in. Thanks for the good luck. I think there's only like 10 or so people on the single segment category. There's a lot of people on the J any% run, because it's, you know, under 2 minutes long. If you really want to consider that a speed run. I consider that more of a joke. It is an official category though, it is the fastest you can beat the game. And look at that, our thief failed to flee. Our thief should have, well, if we were playing the game normally, the thief would have a 100% chance to flee. But since the bugs are fixed, we don't have a 100% chance to flee. Hey Queso Dog, welcome on in. Thanks for the good luck. So for anyone who's just recently joining us and doesn't know what the major bugs are that are fixed in this run, the most noticeable bug being fixed is running away. Normally in the game, running away is very difficult in the early game, becomes incredibly easy late game. Well, now that it's been fixed, it is easy-ish to run early game, and becomes incredibly harder to flee as the game progresses. Every level your characters gain, the harder it is to flee. So that's cool. And our weapon critical hit rates are way lower than they're supposed or than they used to be. Spells. All of the spells in the game now work as intended. So Saber, Temper now function. Lock 2 function. Well, function properly. Spells like Blind and skills like Darkness, they affect you. Weapon damage bonuses are now in effect, even though they're very non-noticeable. Alright, let's see if we can beat Lich. Intelligence is not a broken stat. Intelligence was never programmed to do anything. Oh, that's great. My black mage is paralyzed. Look at these melee damage dealers go. Hat, I need you to do some damage, buddy. Okay, that's better. Why is Lich meleeing me? There we go, we got a lucky critical hit. Lich only has a 25... Another critical hit, I'll take it. That was an interesting fight. But yes, intelligence is not bugged. despite what many people think. Intelligence was not programmed to do anything. So it's hard to fix something that isn't broken. And yes, I somehow landed on the exact same RNG. There's the only piece of code in the game that has anything to do with intelligence is when you level up, you can gain intelligence. That is the only piece of code that even mentions intelligence in any way. Besides being able to gain it on level up, nothing references intelligence. And it was not an oversight. It was most likely something they never got around to giving a function. Because ideally, or I shouldn't say ideally, but they were probably going to make intelligence affect how many spells your characters could learn, like D&D, since the game is heavily based on D&D. But they probably were either running out of time or couldn't figure out how to make that work properly, so they scrapped that idea and made it level-based. And they just never got around to giving intelligence a function. The slow spell mentions on this version of the game lost intelligence. That is probably a translation error, because it doesn't affect your intelligence in any way. It only affects your number of swings. It should probably say something like swings down. Because it doesn't touch your intelligence. The game was rushed. And if they had more time, there is probably next to no chance that they would have given intelligence a damage buff. If they would have had more time to give intelligence any effect, it would probably be something out of combat, would be my guess. Maybe you could get extra information out of a character or something. It's possible that intelligence could be used for spell accuracy. That would be the most likely in-combat effect. But I see almost no chance that they would have given intelligence damage boosts to your spell damage. I also like the spell accuracy idea. So that way the Black Mage's spells would be more likely to deal their higher amount of damage, or more likely for instant death abilities to go off. You know, that makes sense. And that would be a little closer to how D&D could also work for having higher intelligence, that it would be more difficult for the enemy to resist their spells. That actually fits in. Lots of people assume that intelligence does something because it's in the game. But it doesn't do anything. And lots of people say, oh, intelligence is broken because it doesn't do anything. No. That's not the case. Let's do the shield. And let's do the helmet too. Not the normal setup. Hey logos, welcome on in. Why would we remove the intelligence from the game entirely? That doesn't fix anything except for change the way your level ups work. That doesn't fix things, that only changes things. Intelligence does exactly what it was programmed to do. Nothing. There's nothing wrong with a feature being useless in a game. It's not ideal. It's not something you would choose to have in a game. But that's how the game works. I'm still playing the game as it was, you know, in like the idea of how it was designed. Not everything functions in the best way possible, but it's functioning as intended. Red Mage failed the run again. That's the second time I've seen not Red Mage, the Thief fail the run. At least the Thief hasn't been failing to run very often. But it does happen. Now lots of people have found interesting ways to make intelligence do something in the game. Most of them make the mages even more overpowered. Because honestly, the mages don't need it. Magic is very powerful early on. And if you buff the mages in any way for their spell damage output, then they just become stronger for longer. You don't really need Cure anymore. That is correct. Intelligence does not do anything in this game. It never has, and in this version of the game, it never will. In later versions of the game, intelligence increases magic damage. In this one, that's not a thing. It doesn't do anything, it wasn't designed to do anything. It's not that it was an oversight, Logos. It's just the game was based on D&D, and in D&D, the intelligence stat does not affect the damage you deal or anything like that. It is usually around things like increasing the number of spells you have. And there's a good chance that they, oops, that's not... Wait, why'd I mess that up? Okay. As I was saying, I needed to focus on that menu, because there was so many things I needed to move around. But as I was saying, intelligence, back when this game was made, was based on D&D. That's the whole thing. Everything in this game is based on D&D. And so they were probably, most likely, trying to make intelligence increase the number of spells you can cast per day. And they probably were unable to make that actually work properly. And they scrapped the idea because the game was kind of rushed. They probably had ideas for intelligence and just couldn't make them work. So they got rid of them. And there was probably next to zero chance that back at that time they would have made intelligence increase your spell damage. That's just not something that would have happened. Yeah, people can ask, but the developers generally don't like to give out any kind of information like that. Because honestly, they probably don't remember what they were planning on doing. And even if they did remember, they probably didn't have the ideas that a lot of people nowadays have, and would feel embarrassed to even say what their initial ideas were. You know, because people have this, you know, all sorts of wonder about what these people were thinking and doing. And a lot of times they weren't really thinking or doing a whole lot. I have Lit 2. Do I give Lit 2 to the... Let's come back here later for Lit 2. I don't need to waste my money on it now. Yeah, let's skip over it for now. You say that now, Queso, but you're also not someone who is famous. People that are famous generally don't want things about them even being, like, talked about, because any tiny little thing people say can be altered so many ways and just make them sound worse. because people are dumb. Let's say if they would have said, you know, I didn't have any real plans for intelligence. Then people just go off of that, and next thing you know, everybody's like way down the line talking about things that they shouldn't be. And it's just, I don't know, it's just probably safer for them to not say much, just so people don't take what they say the wrong way. Let's do this. I think I need to put Robo in slot 3 also. Yeah, let's put Robo in slot 3. Not for running away, but for critical hit ratio. If someone's going to get crit, I'd rather it be Hat. Do I get the ice armor? Oh, it's so risky to grab the ice armor. If I get hit with a blizzard, we just get wiped. I'm gonna have to skip it. I'll grab the flame armor eventually for the ninja. That's annoying. So I am going to be looting the treasury for a change. I'm not going to be trying to force an eye grind. That's nice. Let's keep getting a bunch of preemptive strikes. Or, you know, 2 enemies, that's also great. Do not hit my poor black mage, whatever you do. Perfect. And yes, I'm making the thief use a Zeus gauntlet because his basic attack is useless. That's a lot of garbage. You run, you fire 2, you fire 2. I don't want to fire 2 these, but I'm going to. I know if Saya gets a turn, Saya's going to flee. A Dimension Harvester, welcome on in. Just use Heal Staff again, it's fine. HAF0, welcome on in. Hey, hit the bricks, welcome on in. Oh, that ice does hurt you still. I just turned off the flashing features while I ran it through the randomizer. Just like the spells are not flashing. That is just for the sake of our eyes. That was not a bug. The game was supposed to flash. Lots of games back in the day had flashing lights everywhere. But I figured while other things were getting fixed, might as well do that too. Ouch. Don't hit the black mage, you jerk. Oops, I'm not supposed to delay steps here. It's okay, I still have steps. Enemy attack elements also are fixed, that's correct. So once I put on this ice shield, I'm not going to be resistant to being paralyzed. That's something else that's really annoying about the bug fix, yes. I actually forgot about that. So yeah, putting on this ice shield is not going to resist the effects of stun touch. Let's put you on top. Let's do that. Fight. Ice 2. Zeus. Fight. Alright, nobody died anyways. Run, run, fire to run. But luckily we have a thief, so we don't even have to really worry about the not running away thing. As long as the thief is alive and well, we're good. I'm one step off, but it's fine. That just means I have to edit where I use a tent. That's not a big deal. I'll still fight the same enemies outside. Just one step behind here. A purple check mark, welcome on in. That's correct, this is a bug fix run. Magic does not do any more damage, no. Intelligence was never broken, it was never intended to increase your magic power, so it doesn't. Nothing in the game's code tries to call upon the intelligence stat. Intelligence was never broken, it just didn't have a function. That is all. Alright, so now I get to waste a lot of time leveling up my characters. And even if they had more time to work on this game, there is almost a 0 chance they would have made intelligence increase the mage's spell power. At best, they might have increased mage's accuracy with intelligence. But I see no world where they would have made spells deal more damage based on intelligence. Because the game was based on D&D, and that is not a D&D feature. Nope, not drop. Trade to you. So there's a lot of things that are fixed. The most important things that affect the run are running away becomes more difficult the higher level you get. Our weapons pretty much never crit now. Saber temper work. Those are the important bug fixes. Most other things are minor. The whole reason I have a thief in my party is because it is almost impossible to run away as you get higher and higher level. I will be picking up the power gauntlet, yes. And we will be using Saber on all of the end game bosses. I've had access to temper this whole game, but it hasn't been worthwhile to use it. Saber and temper do stack multiple times, yes. You've been able to do that in every version of the game, including this one on release. It just wasn't something you would notice because, well, the game never checked your stats in combat. You know what? Get rid of this silver knife. Okay, that's all of our weapons. He's already good. Hey Chris, welcome on in. Alright, pro rings all around. Iron armor's not here. Alright, purchase that. Whatever, I'll buy a cabin here, it's not a big deal. I'm gonna be making a couple pit stops. I actually don't have to go there. I can theoretically just purchase everything here, I guess. Hey Corn-Fed, welcome on in. Thanks for the good luck. We'll see how this run goes. So far it's been going mostly good. We had an unfortunate death in the Earth Cave, but it wasn't that costly. Alright, iron armor on the ninja. Temper acquired for everybody. Zeus is fine. I probably should have bought more. Let's go buy more soft potions. This game is not on the SNES. It is on the regular NES. And yes, it is much longer compared to the Pixel Remaster version. The Pixel Remastered version of this game can technically be beaten under an hour. While this version of the game, world record is a 2 hours 44 minute plus run. Bug fixes will not make it faster, bug fixes make it incredibly slower. It's going to be way slower with bug fixes. Everything is worse. Everything. The one bug fix that helps us is Saber temper work. That's it. Everything else hinders us. Since it's harder to run away from enemies, I'm forced to bring a thief if I want to be able to flee in the final dungeon. And since I need to have a thief, I also have to level the thief. So instead of only having one person in the final dungeon be leveled, I'm going to have at minimum 2. The fact that weapons no longer critically strike things means our damage dealers in the late game are going to be much harder. And that is not at all how fleeing was worked. See, lots of people think that the running bug was just a bad thing, but it's not. The way running works normally in this game is once your character has 16 luck, they can run away if they're in slot 1 or 2. That's perfect. How it works when it's fixed and working as it was supposed to is the game will add your level plus 15, and that is the luck score that you need to hit to be able to run away. So that means at level 1 you need 16 luck to run away. At level 2 you need 17 luck to run away. And it just goes up and up every single level, which makes it harder and harder to flee every level. The only character class that actually runs away well is the ninja/thief. So I feel pretty forced to have one if I want to run away from the final dungeon. Actually, let's do a heal. Staff. Our weapon critical hit ratios being way lower than they are normally is also a big hindrance to us, because these weapons that we currently are using now would normally have like 4 times the critical hit ratio. So yeah, all of the bug fixes just make things harder. Like, yes, Saber and temper work, but that doesn't really do much compared to all of the negatives. Everything else makes it much harder for us to succeed. Alright, let's put these two at the top. Because they are the least important. I'm going to be grinding XP here to make the Black Mage level 13, Red Mage level 15, the Fighter and the Ninja level 18. Man, the Red Mage's useless melee. Without being able to critically hit, we're struggling to kill the eye. So we have a long time to gain XP here. This is not something that I really did in my first attempt at this, that made it this far, because I didn't think I needed to level up my entire party. And I was wrong. Alright, Rock hit 11. That is an important level, because now Rock gets a third swing. Now the eye should be going down in one round, guaranteed finally. Do I get Robo up to 12 or just 13? I could probably survive it just being 12. You know, the eye sure has not used the glance ability very much. If Robo gets hit with a glance at level 12, I'll just leave him as a statue. Otherwise, I'll try to go to 13. That's twice the eyes tried to glance the ninja. Not the black mage, though. Alright, I think this fight will level up Robo. I'm not sure, but I'm thinking it will. If not, then I'll just unequip Robo anyways. There we go. Hey, Evil Kurtz, welcome on in. Alright. That's not who I wanted you to hit with a Brack. But I guess we just, kill the eye since he failed to be useful. We'll try again on the next eye. Oh, that was a crit. Alright, I use your spell on Robo, please. Okay, you want a Brack, Robo? This eye is not cooperating. Eye. Okay, eye. I hate you, eye. Used glance on Robo, too bad it didn't work. And then I crit again. Oh man. Please. Use something on Robo and kill him. You have so many ways to instantly kill people. Alright, let's try this again. Nope. You have a 50% chance, over 50% chance to target Robo right now. Nope. Again. Alright, this is scary now. Holy cow. That was terrible. Man. The eye just not playing nicely with others. Like, all I wanted him to do was take out Robo, which he had such a high chance to do, and he just kept refusing to do it. Just wasting so much time and XP. Technically, Kane, you could take way too many steps, and it's fine. Like, you can't really take too many steps. Like, you have so much wiggle room. It's not something you need to worry about. Oh, wait. Let's do wait, fight. Of course you're gonna punch me. Alright, let's... Look at that. When he actually does what he's supposed to do. Hey Charm, welcome on in. Then there was 2. There isn't a hard reset right away outside the cave, no. But once you're out of the cave, like, you're not doing anything important. You're resetting your encounters before you go to the waterfall, so it doesn't really matter what your encounters are. Hey Chenny Chen, welcome on in. Yep, we're doing a bug fix run. It's a lot slower than a normal run. Because I need to level up my party a lot higher level to make it through the final dungeon. Thanks to running being fixed, we have a hard time running away from anything. And we do a whole lot less damage without critting every swing. I mean, I get to save a couple minutes because I don't have to go grab the Masamune. Woo. Too bad I have to waste a ton of time leveling up extra levels. I have done a PS1 run before in the past, and it wasn't enjoyable to me. Because the entire PS1 run is all about saving and resetting the game every time you get into an encounter. So you take like 6-7 steps, save the game. Take 6-7 steps, save the game. If you get into an encounter, you reset. That's not what I consider fun. That's how GBA is also. And PSP is a little different. Yeah, I could make a single segment run. And, you know, maybe one day I will mess around and do some stuff like that. But it is currently not something I'm worried about doing. Alright, let's swap our weapons. Saya is 17. Okay, we're about ready to leave. Where am I at in the encounter table? I've fought in one encounter. So I'll need to force out 2 extra encounters. Alright, I think we're good to go now. Hitting 18 on the ninja is what I'd prefer. There we go. Let's call that grind complete. We have all the best equipment on. I mean, let's do that. Boo, I'm one step off. means I get to fight wizards. I shouldn't have taken that free step off of the ice, I guess. That was a good Zeus gauntlet. Poor Rock. Not hitting anything. Ninja soloed all the wizards. No, put this on you. There we go. Okay. Let's fly around the world and buy the spells I need. Beep beep. You know what? They can have lit too. I can afford it. Let's buy the spells first. Then buy some tents. We have many pit stops to make. Alright, let's go get the Oxyel and rush our way through as many of these dungeons as we can. Oh, I don't need as many tents because houses now work. They actually save your mana before, or they restore your mana before they save now. It's a minor fix. I should buy some extra soft potions just to be safe. Alright, so I don't really need to fight anything else. That's not entirely true. I could use a couple extra levels. So normally in the base game, at level 18 on the fighter, you'd run away from every single encounter guaranteed. But with these guys, nope. You'll see us failing to flee a lot. I mean, we got lucky and Hat fled there. Sure, we'll kill this. It doesn't hurt to have Robo at 14. The Red Mage getting up to 17 would be neat, but not necessary. Rock failed to flee. That didn't take long to see a failure. Do we see our pal, Mr. Out of Bounds Bat? Looks like we don't. Alright, I get to do a different setup for this dungeon now. I'm pretty sure I can just house and hit power. Let's buy a few extra soft potions. There. Be nice and safe. Give me plenty of softs. So yeah, in a normal run, we'd be in the final dungeon right now. Let me move Hat and Robo. This is probably a mistake fighting her. I probably should have just ran. That was a good Zeus gauntlet. I'm gonna take a couple extra fights than I need to. Just cause it doesn't hurt to have a bit more XP on my mages. It is nice having slot 3 and 4 being able to run away easier. But overall, it's definitely worse being forced to have a thief. I know, I'm not forced to have a thief. But if I want to actually survive the final dungeon, a thief is what I get to have. This is actually one... I did a little bit of routing here. Yesterday I made up this little route for Sea Shrine. We're not fighting her this time. You know, Hat is doing a decent job at escaping. Alright, don't kill my thief. We have to fight a couple water elemental battles. Oh, shoot. I hope that doesn't mess up my steps. I think I'll be okay. But I'm not positive on that. I'll find out. I went for a third. A third warp charge. Alright, let's heal up. I don't want to have to use heal potions. It has been much nicer bringing a thief along this time. the thief has been quite helpful for escaping all of these encounters. I'll fight this before Kraken now instead of after it. Normally I fight that after Kraken, but it's okay. I need to buy more pure potions. That's something I wasn't planning on doing. I bought so many extra pures. Just heal everyone to full. Just play it safe. No. You lit 2. You lit 2. You don't have any lit 2s, so you fast. He has the Zeus. Alright, the ninja survived. Dark does lower your accuracy now, yes. But it's not that big of a deal. Like, it's really not noticeable, because in the base game, your accuracy gets capped pretty early on anyways. So, your accuracy being 40 points lower is hardly noticeable. Oh wait, I remember what I was going to do. It's gonna do that, right? That's not exactly what I was going to do, but I had it planned. I don't remember where I was going to be hard powering before. Ouch. That was rude. Hey Nooblish, welcome on in. This is a bug fix run. just because I can afford it, we're gonna purchase the steel armor. So this run works pretty much the same way as a normal run, except all of the bugs have been fixed in the game by running it through the randomizer. So running away becomes more difficult the higher level we get, instead of it going the opposite way in the regular game. Our weapon critical hit ratio is way lower than it normally is, because it's actually pulling the proper values for critical hit ratio, which is terrible. Saber temper work now. There is a chance that I will do a rando run one day, but it is not something I have plans on doing anytime soon. There are some other minor bugs that have been fixed, but most of them aren't really worth mentioning. They are very minor. I don't feel like doing carry next. I think I can walk up to here. Not up to that tile, right. I was supposed to be one step from that tile. It's fine. You know what? I don't need the Aegis shield. I'm gonna grab the opal shield right here anyways, and the fighter's just gonna keep a ribbon on, so I don't need Aegis shield. So we're pretty much relying on the thief to get us out of every fight. Everybody else can assist us, but it's not a huge deal. Intelligence stat does nothing. It's always done nothing. It was intended to do nothing. At least according to everything that is in the game's code and all knowledge about the game. I'm not really sure what you mean there by how far away this is from the Pixel Remaster Keyboard Cowboy. A lot of the functions in both of the games work not even close to the same. The bugs are fixed in all of the versions past the original, yes. But that doesn't make the games that close to the same because they changed a lot of how the games function. Everything from XP formulas to how enemies do actions. In most of the games, they have spell charges. I was planning on doing carry next, but I'll wait and do carry last. I don't know, throw a temper at him. Good turn order, good turn order. Fight, fight. Heal staff, fight. I don't really need the Bane Sword. I probably could skip it, but I'm gonna pick it up. It'll be a good just-in-case item. But yeah, GBA games and onwards, they changed a lot of formulas for the game. Having your characters level up to 99, reducing the price of a lot of things in the game, making it way easier to level up. It changed the level curve in the game a lot, and what you can expect at different levels throughout the game. Drop. That. So technically things could have been fixed like the door bug, but they're kind of fun to keep in the game. They don't actually do anything to you. They're just a fun cosmetic thing. I'm not really sure where I am in the encounter table. I could grab a katana right here, but I'm not going to. Is this still the vampire? It is not the vampire. I shouldn't fight this. With our low critical hit ratio, we don't do any damage. Nine. This is the rando bug fixes, yes. I mean, we'll probably see Warmech with me not being on the correct steps. Well then. One of these years, we'll escape. This is what I get for picking up all these extra items. Robo, it'd be really cool if you could run away. But that's twice he's failed to flee. Robo's cured. Hat's cured. Alright. Ninja? Not that... I mean, I could Bane Sword Tiamat if I get a turn? Alright. I have the Bane Sword. That was fun. I'm not sure where I am in the encounter table. Will I make it without fighting Warmech? Probably not. I don't know, we're making good progress. It's gonna be close. If we see Warmech, we probably die. Beating Warmech, right. Oh yeah, we're gonna see Warmech. He's the next encounter. This is why I typically follow a very strict route. I will not try to Bane Sword Warmech. Let's go. Okay. I have a Bane Sword, I have a Defense Sword. We have a dream. I don't think I'm gonna Defense Sword. I think I'm just gonna Bane and hope for the best. Hope that she doesn't punch me. Alright, that's 2 turns. Can you do it? No pressure, Saya. Let's go. Ninja's all you need. Why was everybody else dead? Because I'm doing a different route, because I have a different team, so I ended up fighting sorcerers, and they stun-locked me and killed off my entire party. And it is not possible to run into Tiamat, or into Warmech between Tiamat's orb and the exit, unless you walk off of the path. If you walk into the black spaces, then yes, I could have fought the Warmech. Yes, in this game we can beat the game with each character solo. It has been done before, including non-class changed classes. I have done it as every class. Now, if I would have tried to make a route where I avoided Warmech and the sorcerers, you know, that would be better. But I didn't because I'm just winging it. Yes, Solo Thief and Solo Black Mage have both been done. I have done both of them. And yes, the center tiles are no encounter tiles. They also have a different texture to them. Because that room has the highest encounter rate in the entire game. If they didn't have no encounters, you'd almost always fight 1+ encounters between entering Tiamat's room and then the orb exit. A lot of rooms have different encounter rates, actually. In the final dungeon, each of the Fiend's rooms have their own encounter rate. That becomes higher and higher as you step through each room. So example, Tiamat 2's room has a higher encounter rate than Kraken 2. Kraken 2's encounter rate is higher than Carrie's. And so on. Down to Lich. And Tiamat 1 has the highest encounter rate in the entire game. And yes, Chaos Room has 0 encounters in this version. In the Japanese version, there are encounters in that floor. Alright, I still have to beat up Carrie. Normally we go into the volcano a lot earlier. But since I needed so much XP, I just chose the double dipping into the ice cave for the eye grind. Now, normally we have a nice Agama grind, but we're not doing that. I'm bothering with this because I need the flame armor for the ninja. It is a lot better than using the iron armor. The ninja is going to be my main tank in the final dungeon. I better have him as highly defensive as I possibly can. No, I did not get the ice armor because I didn't want to risk an entire party wipe if a frost dragon took a turn before me. It is much safer to grab the flame armor over grabbing the ice armor. Oh no! Fire 2, we're scared! Goodbye, Carrie. Let's do this to be safe. Time to get the black mage turned into a statue. Let's just... do this. I usually prefer a few more jerk birds than this, but it's okay. I mean, you can have whatever you'd like to for breakfast. I personally enjoy SpaghettiOs. Alright, birds, you need to hit Robo. I know this has been an issue before. That's right, a single can of SpaghettiOs every morning. I might have to, try another fight and get more birds. Nope, not that. I have to be careful with what items I use. Alright, let's just get out of here. I need more jerk birds than that. Two is not gonna do it. I'm pretty sure I said 2 is not going to do it. Why am I fighting minimum jerk birds now when I want to see a lot of jerk birds? Anything but minimum, please. Alright, let's try this again. Finally. It's annoying it took me 4 encounters. Nope, don't black shirt. Pro ring. Alright, birds. Hit Robo. Petrify him. There's 5 of you now. It should happen sometime today. You can do it, birds. I believe in you. They do it all the time when I don't want them to petrify me. You have a 50% chance to target Robo. And you should have a decent chance to petrify him. I'm pretty sure I unequipped the ribbon before I saved. It's possible I didn't. Alright, let's just see. Ribbon is not even on Robo. Why am I not getting petrified? Why is my luck that bad? 3's not very good. Let's try again. Oops. Can we become statues sometime today? Alright, so I don't even have a ribbon on Robo. Like, he should become a statue pretty easily. Finally, okay. Holy cow. That took way too long. I have maximum heals? I do. And let's drop that. Hey David, welcome on in. Bug fix is exactly what it seems. All of the bugs that were in the original game have been patched to work as intended. So the broken run chance from before is now fixed. The weapon critical hit rates being too high has been fixed. Saber temper now work. And there's lots of other minor things that also are in effect. Weapons elemental properties work now. Which means that Excalibur is good up against every enemy that has a specific type. which makes Excalibur the best weapon in the game, really. Now, if you want to go off of critical hit ratio, Vorpal would be the best. As we can see here, this is a whole lot slower than my any percent runs. The thing that's most impactful, in my opinion, is the weapon critical hit ratios being awful now. The run chance being terrible in the late game is also something that's impactful. It changed me to switch up my party. Instead of having 2 fighters, I feel obligated to bring along a thief/ninja because my level 19 fighter just fails to flee most of the time. And if he fails to flee, well, that's a party wipe. I don't think I need to buff for Phantom, right? We'll be okay. Yeah, next turn. Or, yeah, still next turn. 90 wasn't quite enough. Ow. And I actually don't think Temper and Saber are very impactful at all. They have barely been useful the entire run. They will be impactful in the Chaos Battle, sure. You can use the loot anywhere in that room besides being on the bottom row. He needs to Bane Sword. Oh, you know what would help? If I take these ribbons off, that would help. I don't have the defense sword on Rock. That's a little sketchy. Petrify hat, please. I can't Bane Sword yet. Thank you. Do not paralyze Rock. I don't trust Rock's ability to flee, so we're going with the Bane Sword. Don't melee me, Lich. That is the scariest thing you can do. Alright, Lich 2 down. This is fine. So I had to bring back the thief there so I could actually flee from these encounters. I remember my first file I tried doing this and I couldn't run from anything. I ended up... Even the ninja failed to flee. I love these fixed flee chances. They're the greatest. That is a lot of junk. X Nyla, welcome on in. Thanks for the luck. We're in the final dungeon. This should be a lot easier in this attempt compared to my previous attempt that made it somewhere. This is a bug fix run, not a standard run. If I was doing a standard run, I would have beaten the game almost an hour ago. But since we're playing with the bugs being fixed, it takes a lot longer to finish. And as I said before, I did not finish the game last time. I died in the final dungeon, then called it quits. Let's just do that. Yeah, this'll do. Yes, exactly right. Bugs fixed like in Randomizer. Man, that was pretty sad. Not having a critical hit ratio is great. It's sad I used Saber twice to deal the same damage I would if I just was playing the game normally before. Katana does have a higher critical hit ratio, but my ninja is not going to be my main attacker. The whole point of the ninja is to take some hits for the fighter and run away. In combat, the ninja can buff the fighter, but is not going to be attacking. If the bugs fixes made the game easier, I would have beaten it over an hour ago. But that doesn't seem to be the case, huh? People think that the bugs in the game made the game just harder, but that's not necessarily the case. A lot of the bugs are actually in our favor. Not some, most of them actually work in our favor. The important ones are in our favor. Oops, don't do that. You can just heal staff now. Yeah, I get to use the Power Glove twice, which pretty much negates the drop in critical hit ratio. So it's not something that works in my favor, because I have a lower critical hit ratio, so I have to use the Giant's Glove a couple times just to make up for the fact that I crit less than a quarter of the time. So even with the Giant's Glove, it just takes me more turns to deal the same damage I would have done normally. Because normally with a fasted Excalibur, I would be doing 400 or 500 a swing pretty easily on Kraken. Which is exactly what I was doing there, except I had to use 2 Giant's Gloves just to make that happen. Let's bring the Red Mage back. I don't need to Procate for this fight. Ninjas do not have a higher critical hit ratio. They just happen to have access to a weapon that has higher crit ratio, which is, you know, the same thing that the knight has access to. They don't have, like, your class doesn't affect your crit ratio, it's solely based on your weapon. So, since the Knight can use all of the same weapons as the ninja can except for the katana, that doesn't make the ninja crit any more than the knight. In fact, with bugs being fixed, most characters crit about a quarter as often as characters that would be fighting regularly in the original game. Sure, katana has a higher crit ratio than the Masamune, yes, with the bugs fixed. When bugs aren't fixed, Masamune is better. But even with the critical hit ratio of the ninja, we're not using him to attack things. His attack power is buns, and his accuracy is buns. So we use the fighter still. The fighter is just better, period. The only reason I have a ninja on this team is to run away from random encounters. That's his only job. And I'm only bringing a ninja because, well, the fighter can't flee very well at all. While the ninja has been able to flee most of the time. I believe the ninja only failed to flee 3 or 4 times throughout the entire run. Alright, let's throw... That's good there. Yeah, this'll do. The ninja did his job. The bug fixes do affect the fighter being able to run away, yes. They affect everybody being able to flee. It is much harder to flee in this version of the game. Or else I wouldn't have a useless ninja. Let's start off with a temper. You fast. You power glove. You get up a couple white shirts. Oh, Saya didn't do anything. I fasted already. Alright, ice 3. Inferno? Alright, we're gonna start attacking. I don't know how much damage Rock is going to do. Probably not enough. Hopefully Chaos melees or uses a skill. There we go, he meleeed. Alright, one more attack from Rock should end Chaos. There we go. And that's the fight. It took me an hour longer than an any percent run. the last time I tried doing that run without the ninja, I couldn't make it through the final dungeon. Well, yeah, we didn't need a crit. That's because our critical hit ratio is 5%. Sorry, it's actually 2.5%. Because they gutted the critical hit ratio. It's not about it being safer for me bringing the thief. It's that if I don't bring a thief, I'm going to be fighting those encounters that kill me. Let's say if I got ambushed by 4 frost dragons and they decided to use blizzard a couple times. If I fail to flee there, it's a party wipe. Nope, I didn't pick up the Masamune because there's no need when you can just buff yourself. The extra 11 points of attack power is kinda pointless when I use Saber and gain 16 attack power. Or Temper and gain 14.